Hi, Jackie is back. This week we're gonna come with an American dystopian science fiction action film, Chappie. Johnsbury, located in South America, is a city with a high crime rate. It's estimated that there are about 300 murdering cases each day, causing a great loss of the police when taking control of it. Thus, the police robot is invented to tackle this issue. Since then, the robot team take effect and make the crime rate decrease dramatically. That achievement attracts the attention of the public. But the inventor of it, Dion, still doesn't feel satisfied. He wants a more extraordinary kind of robot. He locks himself in his office and keeps on researching. The result doesn't disappoint him. After a long, harsh time, he finally discovers a code of a super artificial robot. Dion immediately runs into his boss to tell this good news. He hopes his discovery will be brought into practice. If it goes well, it will be the first artificial robot having consciousness in the world. It even can make a poem and criticize anything. Although Dion says that he doesn't need money, his boss still rejects an idea of a robot that can make a poem like that. Feeling disappointed, Dion decides to do it himself. He steals a security chip of the police robot system and a robot scrap that has just been thrown to carry out his plan. Unexpectedly, he bumps into a gang on his way. The leader of the gang lost his boss's shipment, so this man requires them to compensate $20 billion within 7 days. Or else he can't guarantee their life. They intend to rob an armored car but can't find any way to distract the attention of police robots. They guess that there must be a switch on this kind of robot, so they search out and find the inventor of it, force him to tell them where it is. But Dion insists that these robots are firmware and impossible to turn them off. When they're about to kill him because of his non-cooperation, a guy finds a scrap robot in his car boot. They want him to invent one robot to assist them in this plan. Dion says it's just a test. If it's successful, this will be the first robot having consciousness like a human. But it also has to develop from an infant stage, has to study from scratch. These robbers see his words so ridiculous, but they have no ways and have to let him try. Its structure is very simple and easy to plug and play. Number 22 robot is damaged seriously at one time fighting with the crime. Its main board and battery are messed up and can't charge anymore. Thus, even if he succeeds, this robot can't be operated within 5 days. He starts to put in the security chip and installs the new application process. Magically, the robot really resurrects. As he has expected, it's now just like a baby, scared and curious about everything around. One of the robbers even gives it a name, Chappie. Another robot engineer of his company, Vicent, is giving a presentation of his new product. But they think it's both ugly and expensive. Plus, it's so powerful that isn't suitable for protecting residents of a country. They still prefer to use the old AI robots. Seeing his idea is thrown into the trash, he can't help his fury. He decides to sneakily steal the security chip and destroy it, but it has vanished. The system records the security chip is installed on a 022 robot. He doesn't know what's happening here. Meanwhile, the little robot is amazed at all the new things around him. Robbers just want to quickly teach him how to rob the armored car, but it seems that the robot can't get along with such violent things. There's one robber trying to treat him like a baby, show him interesting things around. Chappie is really good at imitating, but he can't figure out what's right or wrong. He learns everything people teach him. As a result, Chappie's mouth is covered with dirty words and acts just like a rascal. He teaches Chappie to stay away from drugs and not to do the wrong things. He also teaches him to draw. All of which are watched by Vicent from far away. Seeing Dion teaches Chappie to draw, the robbers turn furious. The robot they want must be able to rob. To activate the power of Chappie, robbers drop him among a bunch of hooligans. At first, these hooligans feels a little scared of the police robot, but then they realize that he's not and keeps throwing rocks at the poor Chappie. They even throw a bottle of oil into him. Chappie can't figure out why people treat him like that. Chappie manages to find the way home. Vincent gets to Chappie's location through the navigation system. He shoots directly at Chappie with electric bullets to disable his moving ability. Then takes it into his car and cuts off Chappie's arm. Chappie keeps begging him, but he doesn't know how to resist. Vincent is like taking all his vengeance and jealousy on Chappie. He takes the security chip out of Chappie's brain. When he's about to cut Chappie into pieces, Chappie's survival instinct emerges. He tries to run out of this place. Seeing Chappie return in this appearance, Michelle's heart broken. They don't know that they have pushed Chappie into this situation. Luckily, there are still some robot parts remaining inside. They help Chappie to put them together. Chappie finally can move as normal. The next day, a robber apologizes to Chappie and tells him he has to learn to attack people so as not to be bullied like that. But Chappie still remembers Dion has taught him not to use guns to harm others. So robbers teach him to use other weapons and say that it will just bring others into sleep. Thus, Chappie still agrees to learn. Besides, robbers even change his appearance to seem like them and make him appear cooler. To have money for buying dynamites and weapons, robbers lie to Chappie that someone did rob their armored car and hopes he can help them snatch it back. Chappie thinks it's for real. He robs a car without an effort. Robbers use that car to trade for dynamites and weapons. Getting out, the robber sees Chappie is gazing at a dead dog. He tells that this world is really cruel, you have to fight to live on. Chappie confidently says that he won't die because he's a robot. The robber points at the low level of battery inside him. He says Dion just put him a destroyed robot shield, so he will certainly die when running out of battery. He promises to help him get another body, but it needs lots of money. So Chappie must help him to rob the armatured car. To keep his life, Chappie takes the deal. Dion's afraid that Chappie will be lured into crimes when being with robbers, so he quickly picks him up. But Chappie just gives him a cold look. Meanwhile, Vincent is trying to install viruses into that security chip to destroy all the robots. Afterward, one and another police robot crashes, including Chappie. Knowing that all crimes and hooligans in the city run to the street, break, snatch, and mess up this city, police have to transfer human police to control this mess. At that time, Dion brings Chappie to his laboratory and helps him remove viruses. Finally, Chappie gets back. Vincent's very shocked at an AI robot that has consciousness like Chappie. Chappie sees a brand new robot shell and asks Dion to help him change the new one. In this way, he won't have to die because of the battery. Dion emphasizes that this technique can't be transmitted into such an advanced robot. He supposes Dion doesn't want to help him. He runs out and snatches a neurotransmitter machine. By the way, this machine is able to obtain the date of the brain. After seeking relevant information on the internet, try finding how to obtain people's thoughts. A super robot like Chappie learns things very fast. Just over one night, he has successfully got it and ready to snatch back the armatured car with these robbers. Chappie knocks out a man in the car easily and supposes this guy just sleep for a while. After this accident, Dion Company is driven into bankruptcy. His boss calls him over to check what's the exact cause behind all this thing. After checking the system crack, Dion knows it's Vincent. When he's about to expose Vincent, he sees Chappie is helping robbers rob the armatured car on the TV. Knowing that people will destroy Chappie, by all means, Dion immediately runs to his place to reinforce. The company is like losing control. On behalf of the boss, Vincent takes Mecha to handle Chappie. He finally has a chance to use his magic neurotransmitter machine to control the mecha. According to the location of Chappie, Vincent launches the machine towards this place. After the robbery, Chappie still knows that he has been tricked. He's angry and doesn't know why people always try to harm others. Dion gets there just in time with his weapons. Dion knows that Vincent will be here soon with the mecha, so he tells all them to prepare well with these weapons. Unexpectedly, the leader of the gang finds them before Vincent. This guy not only wants him to pay the debt but also wants to snatch this robot. They have endured enough and decide to resist. Dion begs Chappie to help, but he just stays still and hesitantly. Right that time, Vincent's mecha has arrived. All the guns are pointed at this mecha. With such great power, the human is not its opponent. When this machine is about to attach one robber, Chappie finally steps out with a gun. He jumps towards mecha and stabs into it with a knife bound to a bomb. Chappie almost presses the button when he gets kicked away with a shot in the shoulder. The power of mecha gets greater. Chappie breaks a wall and lets this robber hide inside. Meanwhile, a robber manages to destroy mecha's display screen. Vincent can't see anything, such mecha temporarily runs out of control. Taking that chance, Dion and other robbers quickly run into the car to escape. But the leader attacks them and tries to snatch that car. A robber risks his life to get rid of this guy. They are about to leave when Vincent uses the infrared machine to control the mecha and chase them. Suddenly, a robber changes his mind and decides to attract this huge machine's attention. At the crucial moment, another robber attacks the mecha and destroys its power to a great extent, and unluckily dies after that. Chappie remembers the trigger on the floor, he crashes it, the mecha explodes into thousands of pieces. Chappie brings injured Dion to the research room. Just getting at the entrance, they are blocked by a man. Coping with a steel robot, this man just can take a beating. A scrap robot like Chappie really finds it hard to live in this world. Luckily, he's a nice robot so doesn't intend to kill anyone. Chappie tries all ways to rescue Dion. He transmits his consciousness into a robot. There are not many robots in the research room right now. Dion remembers that Vicent did create a procedure that can switch off robots remotely. He can transmit Chappie's consciousness to a crash robot around him. He finally can make it before the police break in. Chappie has revived in another robot's body. When this robber is praying for his dead accomplice, he finds a USB in her pocket. It's the consciousness of her that Chappie gets when he's testing the new technique. With the help of Chappie, this girl also revives in a brand new appearance. Okay, that's the end of this week. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Jackie will be back with a new movie soon. See ya!